All right, third and final one I think that I'm going to do. This is 1989 Topps Baseball. Also, number 49, Craig Biggio double error card is what he has it listed as. He has it listed as near mint. You can see what he wants to get, $249.95 for this card. When you read the description below, you will hear, he says there's a yellow dot between the R and the A on the front part of his name, and then there's a white orb spot on the back left side bottom. He says sharp corners, no bends or scratches. The card you see is what you get. So, near mint. So, here's the yellow dot that he's talking about between the R and the A. You can see it right there, that little dot. That is a printing runoff. You can see that it's not actually a perfect dot. He has it zoomed up. And if I pull out, you'll see that it's just a runoff printing error. So that's, once again, that's just ink spot. That's the printer that they used back in the day. This is, you're talking about 1989, had lots of ink runoff. So unfortunately, that is not an error card, right? So the back orb that he's talking about, you see here, little tiny orb. Let me see if I can get a better, there we go. See that little tiny printer runoff? You see that little tiny, that's what he's talking about. That little tiny little spot right there. That, unfortunately, is not an actual error. And then if you look up and down the card, you see all that fading on that edge, all along the edge you see there. Here we go. You see all the fading, all that white on the black border. That is not a near mint card, unfortunately. This is 1989. Near mint cards, very hard to find. Yes, those edges look very, very sharp. I agree with that part of his assessment. But look at the fading. Look at how chipped away all that black is. It is not a near mint card. That is not going to come back near mint. That is probably a PS7, probably a PS7.5, maybe even 8. Those are very, very hard cards to get PS9s in, unfortunately. So this is not an accurate representation of a card. And once again, going to try to take advantage of that $249.95 returns. This seller does not accept returns. Right there, that's the big one. When you see a seller that does not accept returns or does not offer a money-back guarantee, it's because they know the card is fraudulent. They know that you're not going to be happy with the quality when you go to try to grade it, and it gets graded nowhere near the near mint that they claim that it is. Once again, so important to get an independent person, an independent company that will grade these cards. When you're buying cards on eBay, you're buying cards on Amazon, you're buying cards at, I would always recommend getting them graded, because one person's opinion, unfortunately, doesn't equal fact. So get somebody that actually has it graded. Do yourself a favor.